Hi, I'm Margie Torres, and I would like to explore today the word surrendering or to surrender. I heard this word much in my spiritual path and or spiritual circles around surrendering, and it's around, I would say, associated with acceptance of what's happening in the present moment or what's happening right in front of you. When I think about surrendering, though, there's definitely different ways of looking at it where you're surrendering and you're basically resigning to the fact that you can't make any changes or that whatever you do is not going to make much of a difference. And surrendering also means, in another aspect of in spirituality, is just going with the flow. That's another way of how people are surrendering to the process. Surrendering to the process is going with whatever is coming your way and allowing it to just unfold in front of you. I find this, I find it very helpful. I've been surrendering a lot in many ways to processes that I have walked in my own life and and explored surrendering. But I'm just wondering if we can look at surrendering in a different way, like look at it in a way that um, is um, is more of a relationship, and it's more of an interplay of surrendering to our own selves, to our own present self. When we think about surrender, we always think of calm, tranquil, peaceful state of being, right? Because you're going with the flow and everything. But I'm just wondering if we can look at surrendering as like surrendering to yourself in the biggest way. Allowing yourself to be the most expressive that you can be. Like you're surrendering to that. You're surrendering to your fullest being. So our life experience, as you know, is not all calm, cool, and collected. We have moments of rage, and we have moments of deep sadness and sorrow, and moments of gleeful happiness, and all of the range of emotions that we have. But I'm just wondering if surrender can be seen as that, surrendering to our own selves, surrendering to our own ability to express ourselves fully, and be in that space of surrender, and also not having any critical thoughts about ourselves in that surrender. So, for example, there are times where I get so annoyed, like when I'm driving, I get so annoyed when I'm out there. And sometimes it just builds up. And I feel like I'm not surrendering to myself. I'm not surrendering to that anger or to that like rage that I have that's building up and building up and building up. And that causes a lot of illness and blockages in our way that we move in the world. And then I just finally have to just release and create like a big scream. I'm in my car screaming to the loudest point that I can, and just for like 30 seconds I'm just screaming profusely. And then that's it. I've surrendered to that moment in time where I was just like, just all this anger and just pent up energy inside me. I released it. And I feel like I surrendered to myself in that moment. I surrendered to my own anger. I didn't cover it up and say, no, I have to go with the flow, or no, I have to maintain calm and coolness while I'm driving. And there are other situations where it's not appropriate to like blurt out and scream. But at some point in your life, when you're in the situations where it's like a pressure cooker and you're like, your emotions are building and building up, there is a point where you need to surrender and just let it loose, let it come out, and let it be what it is. And having the tools to do that safely without hurting anybody else and without impacting other people, I think it's very generative, and it's a very great way to surrender to who you are and acknowledging who you are in every moment that you're living. And I don't know, for me, I think that that's what living is all about, is exploring our ways of expression in different ways and in different altitudes and different notes. Anyway, surrender. So I would say surrender to yourself, surrender to the emotions that are coming up in you, and surrender to who you are in every single moment, and know that it's okay. Know it's okay to be in relationship with those emotions and those things that are inside you. And they're there for a big reason. Anyway, just want to leave you with that. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.